so what we're doing here is we are going to record audio using a Phantom 3. This is the Phantom 3 Professional, so we're going to record audio with this. Now, it does not come with audio, so you've got to record audio separately. But I just wanted to do a demonstration of how we actually record audio while we're doing videos here on our YouTube channel. So, first thing you're going to have to do is have your own recording. You're going to have to do all your recording separately. So I'm going to use a omnidirectional microphone. That's what this is. And I'm just going to mic myself up right now. Okay. All right, and then this is the Audio-Technica Pro 70. And this particular audio recording device, it's wired, not wireless. You can go wireless, wired, whatever works for you. So this one uses XLR plugs, so I'm going to plug in this XLR here on the bottom of it. There we go. And then I am going to clip it on my belt like that. And then you have to have a device that you record it into. So in this case, we're using the Zoom H5. I'm going to plug that in and then turn the device on. Okay, so we're waiting for it to warm up there. Okay, so now this device is on. We need to give it an input, and there we go. It's recording, and I may have to turn up the volume on it and then make sure that my audio is bouncing here at a good, I know usually for me about 6.5 is good. So there you go, you can see that it's actually getting the audio signal there. So now I'm just going to hit record on that, and then it's going to start recording, and I'm going to put it in my pocket. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to so for the purpose of the audio that we're doing, I'm going to let it hover and catch me doing a clap. And now here's my safety clap. All right, so now we should have two separate, that way we should be able, that should help us to sync up the audio by doing that clap, okay? So now if all of this works as it's supposed to work, right, I should be able to fly the drone. And here, I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to come out here. There we go. There we go. That should be showing me. We should be looking at Lola Strange right now, recording us. I'm going to do some pan stuff, go up and down or whatever. So now, in terms of the audio, what I'm trying to show is that the DJI does not come with audio, obviously, because the fan blades are really loud, right? The rotors, they're really loud, and the closer that you are to them, the louder you can hear them on the audio. So on the main camera's audio, you'll hear them, and they're really annoying. There's no audio on the Phantom 3, so you're not going to hear it from there, but we're recording audio separately. And even on that, you're going to hear the drone right now because it's really close to me. But just to show you, as I move it away, I'm going to move it up, I'm going to pop it up in the air. The higher I go, now I'm going to try to fly it over me. Let's see. Let's get it where it's hovering over me here so that you guys can get an idea of that. So right now it's roughly hovering over us, and you'll see that the closer it is, like I'm going to bring it down, the closer it is to this microphone, the louder you can hear it. And then now I'm going to move it up, and the further away I move it from me, the quieter it is. This is an omnidirectional microphone, so it's basically pointing towards me and only recording the audio that's in one particular zone and not recording all the audio around me. So on its own, it should be able to get decent audio. You're still going to have that buzz from the drone on there. Now, there's ways in post that you can remove that altogether. And what I'll do is I'll do some of that. I'll go into post and I'll take out the audio, put it back in, and show you guys that. But what I'm trying to illustrate here is the different ways you can try to record audio when you're doing this. Now, I'm going to pop the camera back up towards me and bring the camera down. So, you know, all these. Now, basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to tilt the camera towards me. Okay. So, for example, if you wanted to record it, you know, mostly what you'll see with drone footage is people just doing these beauty shots and there's music over it, or some kind of audio going over what you're seeing and not the actual audio of the drone, because it's annoying. And even if you record audio, like we're recording it from our camera or we're recording it from this other device, it's kind of annoying to hear that. So we're trying to figure out, well, what's ways that we can work around it, minimize the drone noise, and still make something that's usable as a video, and that you can use the drone camera as your main camera in your video. So that's what I'm doing here, right? I'm actually talking to the camera. You should be able to see me talking, see my lips moving, and you're going to hear audio from me. Now, some of it is going to be the raw audio that we recorded using this omnidirectional microphone. And then what I'm going to do is switch the audio over to processed audio, because there is some software that you can process the audio and then take out specific noises that you don't want in the background, and therefore you can hear the person speaking, and it could be more usable, more clear. And then one of the things that also affects that is the height, you know, that, or how far away the drone is. So I just popped the drone up into the air, and it's up over me right now. I'm going to drop it down so it can see me. So the higher it is, obviously the further away that it is from this microphone, the better that it's going to sound. So if I go really, this is like super high, you know, even from the regular camera, you're probably not going to hear that drone so much because it's just up there so high. So it's not annoying or anything like that. But then as we bring it back down, you know, I'm going to slowly bring it down here so you can hear, as it's coming in, you can hear that noise, and even the noise in the background, like I've got some vehicles and stuff like that going by. You'll hear all those things getting louder. And then here we go. You know, this is now just hovering maybe, you know, 5 or 6 feet above my head. I'm going to pan the camera down to look at me. So the question is, you know, how usable is this drone footage? Is it just for beauty shots? Or can you use it to actually present a show, to do a video where you're talking into the camera solely, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm looking at the camera, I'm talking at the camera. On our channel, what we do is shoot a lot of guns. So, you know, can I be here shooting a gun and talking about it, and then have this camera from a completely different perspective, which if I'm holding up a gun, the drone being in front of me, it's still safe because it's not a person in front of the muzzle of that gun. So, you know, that's exactly what we're testing here. That's why we've got this drone up in the air. This is pretty close. I mean, I'm maybe like, I'm going to say maybe 3 feet away from the drone. And I'm still talking, running my mouth, so you can hear whether or not, how that sounds with me talking and the drone being there at the same time. So now what I'm going to do is do some tests, maybe turning it away from me. So now here you can see we've got Lola Strange running the A camera. Okay. And let me see, I'm going to move this up a little, move up the camera a little bit. There we go, so that we can really see what Lola's doing here. She's trying to like move around and we're moving around following her. So, you know, it's the same thing. In this case, if you're curious, you want to know what's this contraption that Lola's got on. This camera that she's running here is the Sony RX Mark II, which is a 4K camera. It also does HD, and in HD we can shoot up to 960 frames a second. And we've got it on a DJI Ronin M gimbal. Okay, so that's the lightweight Ronin gimbal. And then also it's on a DIY support system that we built. So now if in this case, what we're trying to do is showcase, for example, this setup that Lola's using, the question is, can I use the camera and then can I use the drone and run in, use her as the subject, you know, and be able to do videos? Like I'm going to try to do a panning shot right now, going from the feet up on Lola. And then I'm still talking, right? So do I have to come back in and do narration after the fact? Or can I use that footage, you know, at the time, what I'm saying, what's actually going on? Can I use that footage in a video? And that's really the question that we're trying to make here. So right now, like I'm shooting, I'm just going to shoot a bunch of footage. I'm trying to keep talking so that we can really see, you know, we can really see the effects of this. I'm going to try to do cool shot over Lola. Here we go. Go towards her and go up. There we go. Now I'm going to come back towards myself. Drop it down. And right now I'm pretty much over Lola. If I actually back the camera off a little bit, you should be able to see Lola here in the shot. Let's see, I'm going to angle it down so you can actually get her in the shot there and see that Lola. There we go. So now you should be able to see her, and I'm still talking. And so let's say I wanted to do a shot like this where it's lined up and you can see Lola recording me, and then the camera comes now flying in dramatically towards Hank Strange. You know, maybe it drops down. I'm going to bring the camera up a little bit while I drop it down. And then I come into it maybe and I'm talking and I'm doing something like, hey, this is Hank Strange. Welcome back to the Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded. I'm your host, Hank Strange. So what we're doing really is a test, and I'm attempting to make this video where I show you guys that you can use the Phantom 3. There's now the Phantom 3. I've got the Phantom 3 Professional. Then below that is the Phantom 3 Advanced, and then below that now is the Phantom 3 Standard. If you've got any of those things, they're not going to record audio because of the buzzing sound that you hear on this. Really annoying. It doesn't make sense to put in everything there because it's not usable. So how does someone make usable audio for a video that's fully produced? You know, do you just use music? Do you use narration over that? Or can you actually talk at the same time and have lip sync and all that kind of stuff going on and point at a subject and make a video? So that's pretty much what this is about. Okay. Now my battery power is going kind of low here. So what I'm going to do is before the battery power goes out, I'm gonna turn the camera on my dog, Sailor. Oh, it's going down for a landing. There we go. It was really low. And that's the end of the battery. So what techniques do we use to record audio that's going to be usable? I wanted to share that with you guys. Now, obviously, since it doesn't have audio, you have to record audio on an external device. So right now we're recording this video using a main camera, and that's got audio running on it, and we're recording audio there. But we're also recording audio using a digital audio recorder, which I actually happen to have in my pocket right there. See, it's going. It's been recording for like 19 minutes, what we've been doing out here. And this one's wired, so it's got this XLR plug that's running here. If you see this little fuzzy looking dead cat thing here close to my neck, that is the microphone. It's an omnidirectional microphone that we're using there to record the audio. Now that helps being omnidirectional because it's focused on a very narrow band of audio, and it's going to ignore a lot of the outside environmental audio. So that'll help get rid of some of the audio coming off a drone. Now, that's obviously, that depends on how close the drone is to you, because it's going to make, as it gets closer to you, it's going to make more audio, more sound. So what we do there is we go into post, and specifically we're using Adobe Premiere to edit. Why? Because they've got a better suite of software for editing video, I think. And there's a piece of software attached to Adobe called Adobe Audition, and that software has the ability to actually take out specific noises. So we can go in there and we can close in on a specific noise, which I'll show you guys, and I'll run in an example here in this video, and you can actually just eliminate that sound pattern from your entire audio if that's what you want to do. So that's kind of like the technique that we use to do all this. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is Hank Strange. I hope you enjoyed this behind the scenes video. How do we do it? How do we produce the show? All right? Peace out.